guys, it's me, Scruffy Knitter, here on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Ravelry, with a 1, Scruffy Knitter 1 on Ravelry. So I've got a couple things this week. First of all, Happy New Year. Yay, 2016, so exciting. I'm pretty excited because that means a whole lot of new starts, not only finishes, knit-alongs, that kind of thing. I ended up going out downtown on New Year's Eve with my husband. It was really funny because we left the house like 11:20. We're like, okay, we'll get a couple drinks and then we'll go watch the ball drop. We have like this really small ball. So last year, the ball dropped late. Like it got stuck, I guess. So it was like, I don't know, it was really interesting. So it was like we'd already finished counting down and the ball like was stuck halfway down the little tight line it has or whatever. But this year, the band who was playing at the time, they're like, oh, we still have 2 minutes left. And I looked down at my phone, I was like, it's 11:59. I'm pretty sure we should be counting down. So the ball is just suspended in the air, still up there. And then everyone's like looking around at each other like, okay, it's midnight now. So like, we didn't even count down. And the man goes, oh, wait, Happy New Year. And the ball just like falls. This is so funny. I was like, they just can't win for losing. So maybe 2017 they'll get it. If we stay here, we may end up going to see my sister because she lives in New York, so we'll go watch the real ball drop. So that was that. It was a lot of fun we had, minus a little mishap. So this week I got quite a few packages in the mail. Went shopping a little bit. I stopped spending so much money. It's hard. So this week I got my sister's gift card came in the mail, or she emailed it to me actually, and I used it on Joann.com. It's for $50, which is, you can go a long ways with $50 on there. So my first and my favorite thing ever is a yarn winder. They're amazing. And the last couple days I have lost my mind. I have literally wound like everything in my house. Even some stuff that it's not even yarn. I was just like, oh, but it winds, so let's do it. Let's make a cake. But I'll show you. Oh, this bin, I don't know if you saw my first video, this bin, it's just full of yarn. Yay. Now it's all cakes. I'm so excited. Ugh. So I attach it to the table and just go to town. That's not even all the yarn because I have project yarn that I'm going to show you in a second for stuff that I've started. And also other stuff in my haul. So another thing I got from Joann.com was this little skein here. It's a little sparkly gray. I haven't figured out what I'm going to use it for yet. But you know how we are. We just buy yarn and one day a pattern will come along and we'll use it. So that's what that's for. I also bought 2 skeins of this here wool-free Premier sock yarn. It's to be knit on 2s because my husband's favorite color is green, so I was like, oh, I'll make you some green socks. So I have 2 skeins of this, which I can only use like a skein and a half for both pair of socks. He wants little ankle socks this time, so we'll do that. And the last thing I got was this little row counter that actually like hangs onto your needle. It's so handy because like I forget all the time like where I am and I have to count and I hate it. I mentioned that in my last video, but now it's here and I use it every day. So that was all the stuff I got from Joann online. I went to Joann the store and I bought this book on knitting. It has like all these different patterns and different stuff like that. Very useful. I'm using one of the patterns to do one of my new projects that I've started. But this book was very handy and I had a 60% off coupon, so I used it. Be careful though, because if you go to Joann's, if you know Joann, their coupons are usually only good for stuff that's not on sale, and like right now they're having the Knit Happens sale, so you can't really use it for much. But this book was not on sale, so I bought it on mine. So that was that as far as shopping at Joann goes. A couple blocks away we have a Books A Million. I think it's still there, but they were having a store closing sale, so everything in the store was at least 30% off. So I went with my husband and I lost my mind again. Oh well, you know, money comes, money goes. Can't take it with you. So spend it while you can. I bought these headphones because they were 30% off and I need them when I'm, knitting by myself. I bought this book. Knit my own cat. So my work desk is going to be covered in little cats. They're so cute. There's so many different kinds. But yeah, I'm going to have to make them like a pink one because they don't have a Sphinx on here. And if you know, we breed Sphinx and Bambinos, little Munchkin Sphinx. So I have some papaya yarn that I'm going to be knitting my little cat on. I can't wait for that either. That'll probably go on the needles today just because I'm feeling festive. So that was my books. Oh wait, no, one more thing. I bought this tote. It's Peter Pan, little canvas bag. This was like $5 there because it was like on super sale. It was already on sale and then actually 30% off. So I always usually carry my knitting around in a little Tupperware box. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Probably have. But now I have my first project bag. Yay! I'm so excited. So yeah, that was my Books A Million haul. I also got a phone charger because this weekend my cat decided to chew mine. So I no longer have my original Apple charger. So I bought one of those. And it actually charges faster than the Apple one did. Sweet. So, update on my whips. Oh, I only have one that is not a finish, which is this shawl that I'm doing for my grandmother. It's the prayer shawl or whatnot. It's the 3x3 rib. I'm probably going to switch it to circular needles. I was just trying to use the cubics because I wanted to see how they knit. But there's so many stitches on this thing that like when I get to the end of a row, like they start falling off the end. So I have to like keep it all the way down. So that's the only whip I really have that I did not finish. For finishes, I finished another one of the sports beanies. The pattern's in my last video on a link there. So if you want to make one, you can. This is for my cousin. This is for the Green Bay Packers. So I'll mail that up north. And this was the Ravens one that I made. So they're the same, just different colors. So I'll send those away. I have to make two more. One for my cousin and one for my aunt. They're just always asking for things. As far as new starts go, I have 3 right now until this afternoon. So I went to my local yarn store and I ended up when I got my winder or whatnot, I was like, I need some more stuff to wind. So I went there to go buy more yarn just because. I got this baby alpaca. It's a gorgeous little color. I like it a lot. But I'm doing a headband for one of my co-workers. I'm using one of the stitches from my new book. It's the diagonal rib. Wonderful. So I'll finish that probably this week. And then I'll give that to her. Well, not give, because that's not cheap yarn. So there's that project. I started my husband's socks with the yarn that I got from the Joann Online. So that's that. I also joined a sock club from the Knitting Broomstick. Hi, Joe. She has, so basically you set your goal of how many pairs of socks you want to knit this year. I did 12. I may get a couple more just depending, but I at least want to do 1 pair a month. Just because I like socks and they're really fun to knit and different patterns and stuff like that. I found a couple that I really want to try. So these are going to be my first pair of ankle socks because he doesn't like the ones that go up his leg because we live in Florida, so I don't kind of blame him. I hardly wear socks except to work. Otherwise it's flip-flops all day. I also bought this other skein of merino wool, which I'll probably do another headband or something, another accessory out of, but I just needed something to wind, so I bought it. So there's those. The first, I started my cabled afghan, which this is her, that's the back side, and this is the front side with the cables. How gorgeous. So it's on my size 15 Knitter's Pride needles, and this one I'm using the row counter on because it actually fits over these needles, which is awesome. And in here I have all the yarn all wound and pretty. Yay. I'm almost done with the first skein. There's only 8, which is surprising, so I thought it would be a lot more than 8, but it's only 30 by 50, I believe, the entire afghan. So I'm probably going to do like a whole nother one and then match or stitch them together so that it's like big enough for me to get under, because right now it's like a little foot warmer. So those are my new starts. And like I said, I'm probably going to do the cat. I'll probably cast on for that today. If you keep up with Instagram, you can see all the projects I'm doing. Usually when I finish them, I post a picture. There's one of me and the Afghan with the fat cat. Jasmine is her name. I got her and she's actually my husband's cat, but I've been around for like 5 years now, so she knows me. I also started a diary of starts and finishes and stuff. I figured this would be kind of handy this year because I never remember like what I've knit. So I've started January 1st, cast on, stuff like that. So that's this. It's just gonna help me keep track, like I said, of stuff that I've done, stuff that I gave away, if I sell anything, which is never really the case. But I just want to like keep track of it because I always get to the end of the year, I'm like, I have no idea how many finishes I had or even starts. Because, sometimes you start something and then you hate it and then you frog it because you hated it. So yeah, that's that. So this week basically is going to be, I'm trying to do like a rotation with my project. So say for instance the pattern has like 8 rows. So I'll do like 8 rows of that pattern and then I'll switch to another project and do, a certain amount of stitches for like rows for that project. Because I want to work on everything, and like I feel like if I sit and I just work on the same thing, it just kind of gets monotonous. So I'm kind of ADHD like that, and I have to change. So I do. So right now I have those projects working in a rotation. I am 16 rows in on the Afghan. Yeah. It's only like 125 rows, so I figure I can finish that in 2 weeks. I'm pretty. If I did the rotation the way I'm doing it now, I can finish it in a week. But it's with my work schedule and all that. Speaking of work schedules, I have to work Saturdays now. I'm used to Monday through Thursday, but now I work Saturday. And it's because they hired a new girl, and she's good, but I guess they're like afraid that she's not ready to be by herself because she needs to be trained a little more, which I understand. But we have to go to a wedding on the 16th, and she's gonna have to work by herself that day. So I'm going to try and get her all trained up so she's good enough for that. Elsewhere in the world, I got needles coming in the mail tomorrow. They should be here by the time I get home from work, hopefully. Some red lace chia goos, I think they're called. So I want to do another beanie for myself for once because I've been doing stuff for everyone but myself. And I really want to do something for me. So I'm going to do like a Star Wars beanie. I found a pattern that was on one of the threads that I'm in. It's awesome. It says The Force Awakens, but I think I'm going to edit it and like do just nothing. Just the regular Fear All pattern that they have. I'll post a link for it because it's a free pattern. And it's wonderful. So, tags. This will be my first one. I've never done one before, but it's pretty cool. So, number 1. Basically, it's just you can comment your answers or make a video and put your answers in the video. Whatever you want to do. Number 1. If you were a 7 dwarf, which dwarf would you be? I personally would be Dopey. I kind of am ADHD, like I said, so I'm all over the place all the time. And he's pretty cute. I like him a lot. Number 2, if you could go anywhere this year, vacation-wise, where would you go and why? If I could vacation somewhere this year, I would love to go to California. I've never been anywhere west of like Tennessee, so that'd be pretty cool. Sorry about that. My husband and my neighbor decided they needed me. My neighbor borrowed my car and was paying me like $20. Oh, so back to California. So yeah, I want to go there. It'd be really awesome. The weather's pretty nice down there. I feel like never gone, so who knows? But like probably go. I don't know, San Fran seems like a cool place. I got a couple friends that live out there, so maybe I'll go visit them. Number 3. How many projects do you plan on starting and finishing this year? Projects being like a sock, pair of socks, shawl, scarf, anything like that. So this year, like I said, I've already planned on committing to 12 pairs of socks. I also want to do this Afghan, and then I want to do a stitch together Afghan, like where you do the squares and you sew them all together at the end. And then I want to try doing like a vest or a sweater this year. I've never actually tackled them. I tried once and I frogged it because I hated the pattern after I started, so I was like, no, not doing it. So I do want to try that this year. And then as far as other things, I'll probably have at least another 10, 15 beanies because I know people always want them. Um, and that's about it for me as far as those finishes goes. I'll obviously finish all the stuff that I have started right now. Oh, cats. I want to do at least one of each of the cats in the book. I may, alter them a little bit, like as far as color. I would like to have more pinks. I love naked cats. Um, but they're awesome. They're really awesome. They're really sweet. They're like dogs more than cats, but they're awesome. And the kittens are 6 weeks on Tuesday, and they are so big, except one little bitty. She's so tiny, but I'm gonna keep her because she's adorable, and she's like a calico like her mom, and I really like it. I'll put a picture of her because she's special. So number 4, this will be the last one. Number 4 is, where are you from? Where do you live? What do you do? That's kind of like all in one question sort of thing. So I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. Yay, QC, go Panthers. I live in Fort Myers, Florida currently. Been here for 5 years, and I'm a vet tech. I love my job. I really do. I've been a vet tech since 2008, I want to say. 2007, 2008. Yeah, like right there at the end, like December, January I started. So I love it. I love doing surgery. It's my favorite thing. Waking up the little groggy animals, little dogs and kitties. We had, oh my god. So we did a spay slash abortion on a feral cat this past week. It was really emotional. So the lady, she's actually a psychic, the owner of the cat. Well, she brought the cat in. She caught it. And she's like, I know, she told me how many weeks pregnant she is, this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh my gosh. So, and that she didn't want the kittens. And the last time the cat had kittens, she ended up, they all died in a parking lot. So she said that she wanted to not have them this time. And so we did take the kittens out. I don't think they were quite 6 weeks. They may have been. They do grow kind of fast, but so we did that, and the cat actually was like super cool afterwards. Like she was really skittish before, but after she had the kittens out, like everything like changed. It was really weird. And the lady's like, "Oh, she's very happy that you guys did that for her," and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." So I feel like I, helped somehow. I don't know. But yeah, comment below. Let me know what you guys are doing. I really want to know because I don't have any comments yet. So, yeah, that's that. Have a great week. I will see you next Sunday. Today is Sunday. I usually record Sundays. I'm off. So yeah, I'll see you next week. Subscribe, like, comment, share. This, that, and the other. Find me on Instagram, YouTube. I'm here. Hi. Twitter, Ravelry, WordPress even, if you have it. I'm a blogger.